Mid-morning on WTOC TV Savannah.
This funky artwork proves that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and purchasing it can help the tiny artist more than you might think. Plus, about 3/4 of parents have their child's safety seats installed incorrectly. We'll show you what to do to keep your little one safe and secure.
Now from WTOC, the Southeast News Leader, it's Mid-Morning Live with Sunny and Jody.
Some parts of the United States recorded record rainfalls this year, while the Southeast remained in a long-term drought.
It's a devastating situation. The lack of rain impacts everybody: agriculture, recreation, wildlife, individuals. If you don't believe it, ask anybody in the city of Atlanta. No one can end the drought. But the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is responding with a plan to kind of balance the water needs. That's just one of the issues we might talk about with our next guest. Joining us with more on that and much, much more, a good friend. We're delighted to welcome the Savannah District Commander of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Colonel Edward Curtis. Good to see you this morning.
Hey, Sonny, thanks for having me, Carla.
You bet.
Before we get started, I have brought you both some gifts.
Oh.
Of course, they're not martini glasses. I can't keep up with that. But you may not know that the Corps of Engineers is heavily involved in providing recreation to the American public. We actually get more visitors on our lands every year than the National Park Service. And we have more park rangers in the Army Corps of Engineers than the National Park Service.
How about that? We got Goober the monkey and Bobber the water safety dog.
Part of our outreach program is to get the water safety message out to try to prevent fatalities, and so we have some water safety trinkets in there. I think you'll probably like one of them. Yeah, that's good for tailgating parties right there. So we want to encourage everybody when they're on the water to be safe. That's for your Coke products.
Sure.
If you will, for,
Very nice.
In the state of Georgia.
Well, thank you, Colonel. We appreciate that.
Yes,
and I'm on the water a lot.
Thank you.
You know, I started right off talking about the drought and its related effects. Where are we on that? Obviously, the Corps is right in the middle of all that situation.
Right. Well, we in Savannah District, we've just completed 3 sets of drought meetings. We did 2 in Augusta, which of course is near Thurman, 2 in Anderson, South Carolina, up near Hartwell, and 2 last night here in Savannah. We did 2 sets each night. And what we explained to the public was all the different responsibilities that we have with regards to providing recreation, water supply, water quality, flood damage reduction, hydropower, etc., and how our engineers and hydrologists really try to balance those needs in the face of diminishing water supply.
Man, you just said a mouthful right there. You just talk about keeping the water flowing for hydroelectric power. That's a lot of water, which could mean the lake is diminished upstream, which could affect people and their fresh water supply.
That's correct, and it's a very difficult job. We are one of the few federal agencies that's not single themed. We've got a lot of glass balls to juggle, and it's very difficult. And when I open these public meetings, I tell folks we're gonna lay it all out for you. We try to work with science and engineering. And when you leave here, probably nobody is going to be happy. But if you're all equally unhappy, then maybe we're doing a good job balancing.
We've been hearing so much about what's going on in Atlanta. A lot of people watching now want to know, how is it looking for this area?
Well, we've also been fortunate in our drought meetings that we've had representatives from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, participate with us and give us some of their long-range forecasts. This area, as you probably are well aware of, we're not as bad off as the Atlanta and those basins to the west side of the state. Our forecast for the coastal area, you might have seen the article in the paper this morning, for the next 6 months, we're not doing too good with our long-range forecast, but the upper Savannah River Basin, maybe by February or March, might start seeing some precipitation. Now, I'm starting to sound like a weatherman with might and maybe and could, but that's the best we can do in the long range. Until then, we're going to continue our juggling act.
Well, we're fortunate in a sense we get our water from the Florida aquifer, but we can't be irresponsible about that by any stretch.
Well, we down here don't necessarily get all of our water from the Florida aquifer. The city of Savannah does have a water intake.
I&D plant up Cherokee Hill.
That's right, and we are cognizant of the fact that the communities downstream do need flows, not only for environmental protection and water quality, but for human consumption.
Time is fleeting. I want to ask you about harbor deepening, obviously a critical issue for the Port of Savannah. Where are we on that?
Well, as you know, our role in that is we're conducting a long-range study to determine the federal interest has been determined, but now we're looking at the science, the engineering, and the economic impact. That study should be completed next summer, in which point it goes for independent technical review, and then we determine exactly how the project should go forward.
All right, very good. What is the scope of the Savannah District, by the way?
Well, we have a civil works program that involves the 3 dams on the Savannah River, and a lot of projects in this area. We are the wetlands regulatory agency for the state of Georgia on the political boundaries, and our district has a $1.5 billion military construction program for the military bases in Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, and that is a huge part of our mission. That has just about tripled in the last 12 or 18 months in response to the global war on terror and folks wanting to provide quality facilities for soldiers.
I got a zillion more questions. They're telling us time is fleeting.
Yes.
Colonel Curtis, I can't thank you enough for coming in, and we may prevail on you in the future to come back and kind of update us on specific issues as they become topical.
Love to do that. We're involved in a lot of things. We're a multi-themed agency, and anytime you want, just give me a call.
Okay.
Thanks
All
much.
right,
Colonel
thank you.
Edward Curtis, Commander, Savannah District, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We'll be right back. Monday on Mid-Morning Live, a Savannah native turned Nashville recording artist joins us with a new song for military men and women who can't make it home for the holidays. It is great.
Oh, okay. And plus, we'll have tips for you to keep your home energy efficient this season.
And check out the Monkey Art exhibit at Monkey Love tonight, 7 to 9 at Monkey Love in Poole.
After my accident, I went straight